Hi, welcome to the Premier Power Hour. I'm Zach.
Oh, I'm Billy.
Yep, just woke up.
Yeah.
And this is Chris Winfield, and we are here doing a career progression interview today. We're here in Louisville, Kentucky at Premier Packaging in an actual warehouse. So if you hear some sounds, some beeps, some
crashes,
hey, put that over there,
right.
Then
because we're in a working warehouse.
We're in a working warehouse. Yeah, so Chris, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
This is big. This is our biggest get.
I think so.
I mean, this is like
your bar must be very low, to be honest.
Our budget is really low, so the fact that we were able to grab you, this is.
And we're in a warehouse. It's hot, it's stuffy. Wow, this podcast is really taking a step forward.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But you know what? It's nice that we're in a warehouse because you got your start in a warehouse.
I did. It's a very comfortable spot for me. The beeps, the noises,
you know it well.
Yeah, this was my start.
Tell
right
us.
In the warehouse.
Take us back.
Zone.
Take us back.
Well, how far? Just to Premiere.
The beginning.
The start of Premiere.
Yeah, dawn of time.
The beginning of Premiere. Yeah.
What's your earliest memory?
It was
childhood.
Yeah.
I think it was Premiere, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Starting the day.
17.
Yeah.
17 at Premiere. Yeah. I'm only 23, so this is odd. It hasn't been too long.
Too long.
This is going to be a really great career progression.
Yeah, 17. So it was kind of the beginning time.
Couldn't even vote yet.
Couldn't even vote. And the Premiere, frankly, the Premiere warehouse way different than it is today.
Okay.
If you can see in the back and hear some of the beeps, I don't think we had beeps. I think it was people yelling, horns. But no, the assembly. The assembly team, our first kind of employment team at Premiere was assembling what we called C86s and C87s. They were a specific corrugated insert for Panasonic vacuum cleaner. It was an account of Mr. John Gainer's, of course. Warehouse, old tobacco, dirty.
Yeah.
Who knows what was in this warehouse before? Whiskey barrels, things like that, old tobacco, and a very rough end of town, and stood there with other teenagers like myself and hand-glued inserts for piece rate.
So did you know John? Is that how you got the job, or how did that start?
So, ironically enough, so Billy's boss, Tony Given,
somebody manages Billy.
Friend of mine. Yeah. Some of these people manage Billy. A gentleman named Tony Given, who runs our bin box. That's fine. They don't talk anymore, but who manages Billy, actually turned me on. So he went to St. Xavier High School. So did John. So did John, Ben. Really, all the initial. I went to Trinity High School, the opposing local Catholic school, but. Tony actually saw a publication on the corkboard at St. X that said hiring for assembly piece rates. So Tony actually called, I believe, John or Ben at that particular time, got an opportunity, came and did it. He was here a couple weeks. He said, man, you got to do this. We're in a gross, dank, dirty warehouse with a lot of sweat pouring off of us, but the money's good.
Hey, where do I sign up?
Where do I sign up? Yeah, I was jumping at the chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So then, start at 17. You're obviously not putting, pieces together for a vacuum in a warehouse now. So,
correct.
So how did you?
How
did you?
I am in a warehouse though.
You're right back down there.
Yes.
How did you? What other positions have you had with Premiere, and how did you kind of progress?
So a lot, and I'll try to nutshell it. Obviously, condense it. But from there, we started growing, and this is where John kind of came more into play with the organization. John's envisionment was always equipment, make our own, be our own, control our own destiny. So he started adding corrugated equipment in the same warehouse. We expanded from assembly to have a slitter, a 50-inch press, some additional flatbed press, additional corrugated converting. We started cutting and making those inserts that we were gluing together. So a little bit of manufacturing supervision for an 18, 19-year-old as we progressed. Wasn't my cup of tea, but we did what we had to do. And then we always distributed industrial products, tape, stretch film, all those stuff since day one as well. So we started to fill up our warehouse, manufacturing warehouse, started to fill up the warehouse. We needed forklift drivers, trucks, all that type stuff as well. that was a little more suited. I still say my favorite job at Premier was driving the forklift. As I continue to grow with the organization, I still look back at those jobs, playing Tetris with all the units, trying to get that 5th unit up high off the very top when it's at an angle, get it down, get it on a pallet, get it on a truck. Love that stuff.
Do you ever still get on one?
Well, I'm not allowed.
Okay.
I'm not allowed.
All right.
We can't talk about all those details. But I'd have to get some training, all those type of things.
But I mean, if we recertified you,
yeah, would love it.
I'm trained the trainer, so if I could make that happen.
I would love it. Maybe
just
directly after this podcast, we could jump on.
You're in luck. Let's bring it out, guys.
I can't. I got a 12 o'clock. Sorry.
Yeah.
But, you know, from manufacturing to then distribution, that 7th Street warehouse where we started, which was down in again, a little bit of a rough area of town. A lot of memories. Our first employees, our first everything took place there.
Always impressed me as, man, that guy knows what he's doing. You know, that guy's got it together.
That. Yeah, fooled everyone, including you.
How did you learn to do that? How have you?
One, it's the confidence in learning. You know, when you've grown up with a company, you've done a lot of different jobs.
Sure.
You've learned from the best. You know, John and of course Ben, who's there. You know, most of the years. And you know, frankly, you're hand in hand with people on the manufacturing floor, to shipping, to our first finance and accounting people, customer service. As we began to grow departments and put people in positions, you were there at the very beginning of all those conversations, how we do stuff. Hey, this is going to be we're going to do software system, new process, new procedure. Your input is on all levels.
Right.
So I gained the confidence over the years to know what the heck I was talking about. That I think combine that with maybe some natural leadership skills or ability to communicate, etc., and then you know you gain a level of confidence over time that people look up to you. Plus, when you do have an attribute to learn and be competitive or lead in certain areas, then you're the guy that knows everything. So we bring on somebody new, they're like, hey, well, ask Chris, he knows. He set that up for us, or he did this or whatever. So
yeah,
your cup just keeps getting overfilled and bigger and overfilled, etc. Yeah.
Just naturally everyone looks up to you.
They do. Well, I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3", so that tends to help.
Is that it? That doesn't even sound right.
Well, it depends on how straight I stand up.
Yeah. And now here we are. Are you surprised? You've seen it happen. You've been part of it happening. But do you wake up some mornings and like, wow, you know, to see what it's become?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I even, you know, sometimes I have to pinch myself. I have to re-ask the question. I have to kind of look around in the industry and say, you know, are other people experiencing this? There aren't many stories,
right?
Like Premier
you don't hear
and the growth. And sure, you know, I don't want to short sell our efforts and our unbelievable team, but with every success story, there's a little stroke of luck. I mean, we happen to be in the right place at the right town at the right time, servicing what was an ever-changing, you know, as manufacturing was leaving the United States, a distribution and fulfillment network and e-commerce. E-commerce is now, I mean, shipping direct to consumer is now a 20-year-old thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it because it's still hot as a firecracker, but it's a 20-year-old thing. And we were in the right place, right time, offered the right services, kind of right age, right energy, right youth to take it full advantage.
So Chris, talk a little bit about what your role is right now for Premier, what you do right now.
So now, and I didn't, you know, it's kind of too long of a career to go into every single role, but right now I'm the Vice President of Sales.
Okay.
So what that entails, our organization's a little bit different. We're structured in divisions, so there's 7 divisions that make up, you know, our bandwidth in North America. We have division managers that run kind of their individual businesses, manage sales teams, etc. They still report into John today. They kind of have a dotted line to me for support and direction.
Got it.
I manage all the sales support functions for the company. Design, sourcing, equipment and automation team. Work very closely with Jill and the marketing team to make sure sales gets what they need to be successful.
Absolutely.
Also national accounts. That's another big role.
You're in the boardrooms. You're making pitches to business folk across the nation, right?
Yes.
And it occurs to me sometimes when I'm on phone calls with big customers or people talking to salesmen. You know, there's always those phrases in business, kind of those annoying business phrases. Deep dive.
Yeah.
Circle back.
Circle back.
Take this offline.
Yeah.
Bandwidth.
This is good.
I used bandwidth earlier.
Bandwidth earlier.
Yeah, it's very common.
Low hanging fruit.
Yep.
New normal.
Yeah.
Just recirculated.
I want to be on the cutting edge.
Yeah.
Do you have new ones? Do you have any that you've
this is a great question. This is brilliant.
I wish I had a great answer. I don't know if there are new ones. They just keep getting used over and over again.
Is synergy still in there? Is that
I think synergy is one that people are almost embarrassed when they use it now.
Right.
You know, it's like people still use it, but you know they're kind of like they're more of a B-level player.
Sure.
Use words like synergy.
It's a good tip.
You've said a lot of the A-level terms. I mean, bandwidth.
Have you ever heard of punch a puppy? I was trying to come up with these.
Only Tim Kaufman uses that.
Punch a puppy?
Yeah.
But do you know what it means?
No.
It's something you do something that's detestable but good for business. And I'm trying to think why you would use that.
Hard to find what the positive is.
Detestable but good for business. You wouldn't do this in your own personal life, your own deal,
I don't
but
know,
it's good. It's
I don't know
punch
what that
a puppy.
means.
Well, I can tell you, I've never used punch a puppy in the boardroom.
But
I might. I may have punched a puppy or
I know.
Or
So I probably used them all. I think we just lost lighting. I hope we still look good.
Don't they know Chris is in here?
I thought I was having a stroke for a second.
It is.
Peel the onion.
Or is that a retinal issue over here on the peel the onion, deep dive, quarterly business review? I don't know if that's QBR. That you know what's really is the whole acronym thing.
Oh, just using acronyms, yeah.
Oh, in general, if you don't know your I mean, you know, you have all your your 16-year-old texting Snapchat acronyms.
Sure.
They're now making their way into mainstream business. I'll get the IMOs, the IKRs, all this on text and in.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Are you getting it in
making
emails?
it into the boardroom? Yeah. In emails and conversation. Of course, the boardroom's getting younger.
That's true.
Right?
Okay, sure.
Which is part of it.
Yeah.
But the bandwidths.
Now, okay,
the synergies, unfortunately, circle back.
40,000 feet, or what is it?
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to ask. That's exactly what I was going to ask.
If you
How
can't
high
look
is
at
your view? Are
something-
you 10,000? Are you
It's a
40,000?
30.
It's
I'm
a
a 30 guy.
30,000. You're a
I'm a
30 guy.
30
That's
guy.
where you fly at.
Well,
that's
absolutely right.
exactly where a plane goes.
Yeah.
That's right.
30,000 feet.
Yeah.
And if you're talking anything less than that, you can't
Did
talk
you
to
feel
me.
it out? Did you start at 10,000 and just work your way to 30, or did you start 50 and go,
I
high?
used to be a 10,000 guy.
Yeah. And
I
you
did.
said,
It was a 10,000 foot all the time. That's what I talked about. Now I'm a 30.
Yeah.
And that's where we like to keep the conversations. But
Yeah.
that's a good call out. 30,000 foot is.
I like.
Is 40,000. You talk to people, they're out of bounds.
I had a
They can't
college
possibly see the ground.
I had college
The
professors.
cabin can't be pressurized at
They
30,000
can't. That's right. We learned that.
That's
yeah.
right.
That's right. Yeah, I had a college professor, two different professors in business school, and one of them used 50,000 and the other one used 10,000. And I just was thinking, is it a different view? I feel like you're trying to say the same thing.
I think it's all the same thing, the same point.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful.
Some people just dream bigger, I guess, or think they're more
fly
important.
higher.
Fly higher.
Fly higher. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Very possible.
When you look back at your career as it's been so far, do you have a proudest moment or a couple proudest moments?
I think I can't. It's funny when you get in this position, any position, you tend to remember your failures and where you've had hard days very quickly.
Yeah.
Proudest moments, I think there are a couple, a couple here and there, but in general, it's just the whole thing. I mean, so proud, top to bottom, of what we've accomplished, and I would say of what is Premier Packaging, just being so proud of the culture in general. I mean, the fact that we're doing this, you guys are getting an opportunity to do this as an organization. The fact that you can walk up to darn near anybody in the building and have a jestful, humorous, but heart-to-heart conversation that's real. Anyone from a forklift to the press to a salesperson. I think it's become, our culture and that whole infectious nature of it, not only throughout our business, but with our clients. They want to do business with us.
Yep.
Because we're just fun people to do business with.
Those are the nice ones.
Those are the nice ones. Those are the cool ones.
The cool guys and gals.
Cool guys.
Yeah.
So would you say the best thing to do when starting at Premier is to learn how to play golf? Or what other advice would you give to somebody who's just starting their career at Premier?
Sales or not really, or whatever.
Let's say anybody. You can talk sales first and then just say for anybody. Well,
golf would be good. That would be a good start, but definitely not a requirement. I don't want people. If you play golf, fantastic. If that's what you enjoy, but you can enjoy anything. If I had to give advice at any level, any department, any business, it would be to don't just sit in your little hole, your position, your bucket, your whatever. You need to do that and you be excellent at your job. That's right.
Sure.
That's why you're hired. But get to know people. Reach out in the organization. Communicate. Ask your manager, your supervisor to get, to be more cross-functional. We all want to be good at our job and we need to play to our strengths, but get to know more people in the organization. One, that's just good business and good for your own, personal experience within Premier. But the more people you know, the more your name's out there and the more there might be an opportunity to do something different or better.
Yeah.
So get to know people.
Yeah. It's great advice.
Yep.
And it's harder. It's getting more challenging, right? We get larger, more employees.
And this day and age, this past year, it's tough.
It's very tough
to get out there.
It's very tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no longer.
But we persevere.
That's right.
That's right.
But we circle back.
No mask on this podcast.
We circle back. We can take this offline, and look at it from 30,000 feet.
Get an opportunity to take a real deep dive. And
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
QBRs, I got nothing.
Okay. Well,
you guys have said them all.
I know.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry. I kind of went a little too.
If I think of any, I'll text you later.
I dove too deep.
Yes, you did. Deep dive into that question.
Really drilled down on it. This it's always a pleasure talking to you, whether it be for a podcast or just a brief meeting in a hallway.
You as well. You as well. I wasn't sure you were still here until the podcast happened, actually.
I know.
That's not a name. You haven't heeded my advice. You haven't communicated.
I was kind of flying under the radar. I was under the radar. Nobody. Oh, he's still here.
No longer. No longer.
Well,
now you're here for the whole company.
They took my office away, so I'm not.
That's true.
We
do have a problem with offices.
Working out of the back of my car.
And they put us in the warehouse here.
Yeah.
We have a little segment. Love.
Okay.
Sorry. If you're game to play, it's called What's in the Box.
Oh. Fantastic.
All right.
I usually flinch.
I better get a
sip of water. I shot a money gun at him, and he about jumped as though he saw a cockroach. Now we have what's in the box.
Put your protective glasses on.
Okay. Yes.
No, you don't need to. This I saw, and I thought this was funny because it says relax. A sign that says relax, and I can't think of any time where someone can say to another person, "Relax." And it actually causes somebody to relax. I feel like it always incites more.
Keys them up.
Yeah. Oh, okay, relax.
Yeah.
However, the icebreaker question that I have is related to relaxing because it's related to retirement.
Oh.
So, with retirement, do you have, like, some people after they retire, they're like, my dad, I swear every time I call him, he's on a boat, he's fishing. Yeah. That's like what he's doing.
Yeah, leisure.
Other people are like, I want to be the person that works a convenience store at the gas station, just get to meet and talk to people.
Want to keep working, but
do you have a retirement job in mind, or kind of what you would want to do with your retirement?
Yeah, I think that I think me personally, I will continue to do something, work. I don't consider leisure, you know, the boat or fishing or all that work. I want to do plenty of that.
Sure.
But I think something, you know, part to full time, that I'm very physical. My favorite type of work is outdoor stuff, you know, from landscaping to working on a project to maybe a little bit of woodworking, that type of stuff.
Okay.
Just physical activity. Because when you're on the road, you're in a plane, you're sitting at a desk for so many years, you're like,
screw this.
Get me outside.
Yeah,
So, and that's what my father did. He was an outside worker, worked with his hands his whole life. So that's very comforting and rewarding to me. So something in that regard, as long as physically I can do that, I'll probably do that. I don't see myself like consulting or sales consulting or something in that realm. I get so tired of talking some days.
Sure.
That you want to be quiet, work with your hands.
Billy, what about you? What would you, I'm just going to try to escape.
I don't know. Probably, you know, I would like to be somewhere deep in the woods. In a cabin. Not just stop shaving, stop a lot of
This is your
personal
That's actually one of the statements. He's in the woods.
In the woods.
Deep in the woods.
Deep in the woods. I think so. Yeah.
All the weeds. Deep in the weeds.
Yeah. I use that one. I like that one for some reason.
I like it too.
Yeah, like smoke a pipe. I think that would be fun. Like to become a pipe smoker.
Absolutely.
A little cherry Cavendish.
Absolutely.
And
just a whole vat of tobacco that you're
I just sit there, have like some bloodhounds.
And just
a lot of plaid.
A lot of flannel.
Yeah.
A lot of flannel.
Fire constantly going.
Constantly going. A lot of maple syrup.
Okay.
I don't know
Maybe
why.
you'll be a maple syrup guy. Like you'll extract it from the trees.
Would you go into town at like the farmer's market?
Deep in a maple syrup horse?
No, I'm retired. No, I mean, I think the point is I'd just like to, you know, be holed up in my...
Get away.
My cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
And maybe write poetry.
Okay, well that's nice.
How about that?
It is nice.
That's nice.
That
it's a
nice.
curveball at the end of that. Yeah.
I know. Just a little twist.
I can see that.
I'll do your home improvement stuff.
And then
I'll
you
come
can
to your
do my
woodworking
garden.
and gardening. Yes.
Do you have a garden?
Not a garden per se, but a lot of landscaping.
I like that.
Nice.
You're too young to even think about retiring.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a long road ahead of you.
I know. I did, however, see some friends of ours were at a resort in Mexico, and I've been to Mexico quite a few times. Love it there.
You're very close.
Love
Arizona's very close to Mexico.
Love the culture, love the food, all that. Love the language, and if you've ever been to like a resort at one of these places in Mexico, typically they'll have like every day they'll have a guy or a gal that comes out and leads like a water aerobics type of thing.
Oh, nice.
They're like they're not in the water, but they're doing their thing.
The movement.
And there's like pump up jams.
The attendees are in the water.
And they're in the water, and it's kind of loose. You don't have to sign up. It's just wherever you are, you just kind of just watch them and you do the moves. And I thought to myself, that's it.
There's a job.
I could live in Mexico on a resort if I wanted to.
Pool DJ.
And not the pool DJ, but be the guy, because then I'd have to be active, right? You have to be able to do all the moves, so it's going to keep me active. That's fun for me. Love to move my body. And why not?
There's a dancing video somewhere.
Yeah, they're actually, unfortunately there is. So.
Now, what for your age, what is the typical retirement? Because I've heard from folks that are closer to your age, like, oh, I'll be retired at 55 or 60 is my goal or what have you. Whereas, you know, no one ever talk, oh, I'll be lucky to retire ever or at 75 or 60.
Right. Yeah, my generation is always looking at when we can get done.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. I haven't put a date on it. Company that I came from beforehand was really all about making all your money and then getting out at like 45. For me, I'd probably say if I had to pick a number, my father just retired around 60.
Yeah.
And I think that would probably be what I'd aim for. If it was 55, sure, that'd be great. But I think that'd be kind of the marker, because I see that he's still able to he's still in good health. Right. He's able to enjoy the time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And so I think that's important versus, you know, just kind of going
You're going to have to sell a lot of boxes, a lot of packaging.
I do.
Fast, yeah.
Well, Chris, thanks for your time.
This has been
My
awesome.
pleasure.
This
has been a lot of fun.
I would do this we would do the whole hour if we could. But
if we could, I'm busy. I
extremely
got to work
busy
some big
man.
deals. Yeah.
Yeah.
30,000 foot.
30,000
Yeah,
foot.
a lot of bandwidth. It's got to happen today.
I hope everyone enjoyed this, and that it wasn't some big just inside joke with us. But I think the folks will get something.
I think it's a great story, and I'm not just saying that because you're my boss's 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 boss. But I think that the story of sticking with something and seeing the growth and understanding that there's an opportunity to start quite literally at the ground floor, and Premier has opportunities for you if you want to put in the work, and if you want to grow, you can grow with this company. And I think that's not something that can be said about every company that's out there. So I think it's cool.
Very well said.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. And until next time, this has been Billy with Zach and Chris for the Premier Power Hour podcast. See you next time.
Do you have comments, questions, or ideas about this topic? If so, we'd like to hear from you. Please visit primpack.com/podcast to let us know what you think. Thanks.